This is The After Party, live with Kim McAllister. Pick a couch, grab a drink, and settle into the conversation.
Hostess shows up late. Please. I don't know what they're serving over here. What kind of cocktails are they bringing around? Thank you for being here. Thank you for your patience. You know, it actually worked out because our amazing Tim Sika, who usually joins us on Fridays, is at a big fancy awards show this weekend. He is having brunch with Emma Stone, hanging out with J-Lo and Jamie Lee Curtis. All the superstars going to be at this awards event that he is attending in the Southern California area. So he unfortunately has ditched us for the superstars, and that's okay because I thought maybe it would be a really good opportunity for us to share what we're watching, what we're streaming. And I'll start it right now. I have put in the chat the link to the show. You don't have to come on with video. You could just pop on, close your video camera. You can just, when you log into StreamYard, which is the platform we use, it says you use video, audio, whatever. You could just put the X over the video if you don't want to appear on screen. But come tell me what you're watching and why you like it. I'll start it. How about that? I was watching. I just finished it. I clicked on it because I thought, oh, this is just going to be a silly show that I could watch in the evening while I'm folding laundry. There'll probably be short little episodes that'll just be something to, kind of mildly pay attention to while I'm folding boatloads of laundry pulled out from under beds and shoved in kids' closets. But it's called The Way Home. And it's this, what I thought was going to be like a wacky little Hallmark series. I got so into this show. I'm telling you what. You think it's Hallmark, so it's cheesy, what have you. And there is some of that element to it, but it's a time travel show. There's a pond that is on the property of this family's farm, a farm that has been in the family for generations. And it turns out members of this family and others can travel to different times. They go back and they land on their own farm in different eras, and you meet all their ancestors. It's just really interesting, and the music is really good as well. It's called The Way Home. It's on Amazon Prime. It's also on Hallmark. There's like several different ways to see it, but that's my recommendation for the week. If you're looking for something, I mean, it's not groundbreaking, but it's entertaining, and so, there you have it. It is good. Thank you, Myra. Yeah, I enjoyed it. I also just watched The Diplomat. I really like this show a lot. It got a little racy with the sex on season 3 of The Diplomat, but I really like the show a lot. So that's another one. Rev P says The Diplomat. I concur. Nola Fidian loves the time travel stories, as do I. Of course, I'm a big Outlander fan. Love it. I'll look for it. Who's going to come tell me what you're streaming? Who's going to pop in and give me your recommendation? Again, I'll put the link in the show. You don't have to have the video. Just come on, pop in. Tell me what you're streaming. Tell me why you like it. Do it. Come on. Bring it. I need your help because Tim Sika's ditched me. So, Oh, what was quick? My turnaround from that show to this show? Yeah. Well, we don't have a lot of time together. I do have a lot of stories to bring you as well. So it's okay if you don't want to come on the show, but I really would love to have you. So come on and check it out. Yvonne says, love The Diplomat so far, getting better. Oh, yeah, it's getting racier and racier. It's a show, though, unlike The Way Home, it's a show, The Diplomat, where you really have to pay attention because you're going to miss something if you don't, it's a get your drink ahead of time, ready to go, and get ready to focus. It's really good. It's very political, moves very fast. Yeah, I really like that one a lot. And I love when a show that you enjoyed so much, all of a sudden you realize, oh, the next season is on. And I also love when you have a show that uh, they dump it all at once. So you don't have to go like, oh, I have to wait for one to drop every week. That they, it's all the whole season is available at one time because a lot of these shows do these big cliffhangers. So it's nice to be able to click on the next one and see what's going on. Yeah, there's the poster for The Diplomat. It's good. It's really good. What else you got? Looking forward to the Netflix documentary about Juan Gabriel, says Mama. All right. Sandy in Redwood City just finished Bad Sisters. I have not seen that. Heather is really liking the series Dark on Netflix. She says it's super complicated. Time travel and generations, familial entanglements. Oh, really good. That sounds up my alley. Dark on Netflix. On my list now. Excellent. Nullifidian, I don't have time for streaming. YouTube takes up too much of my time. Awesome. Yeah, Ricky says not my thing. Can't do the streaming thing. Tammy says I watched The Diplomat, Slow Horses, the morning show. What's interesting is I think the recommendations from each other carry weight, because if you watched it and loved it, the chances are good that I will do the same. So I appreciate the good recommendations from everyone. Donald says watching Reacher for the 4th time. That one was pretty violent, but yeah, I did watch part of that as well. Heather says I have to keep referring back to the Wikipedia page for it. Family trees help keep track of what the hell is going on with that. Yeah, it's called Dark. All right. Well, pop in if you want to, and we will go back to you, but I will move on to some of the other stories that we have today. And that includes the story about the AI monkey. Oh, monkeys, really? Yeah, this has got police in New Jersey running on a wild goose chase all over town. The police are blaming these hoax monkey sightings on AI-generated images. Someone's putting the fake monkey images all over Facebook and saying, oh my God, there's monkeys behind the store. Police in New Jersey saying, reports of monkeys on the loose in Newark, New Jersey are a social media hoax perpetuated by photos and videos that appear to be AI generated. The Newark Public Safety Director said police got reports of wild monkeys on the loose at Georgia King Village Thursday morning, one day after local animal control officers received similar reports of monkeys on the streets of Newark. Wild on the streets of Newark. So police go out and they check the area. No signs of non-human primate activity. They think now it's an AI hoax. Officers have not located any monkeys. Any photos or videos posted on social media regarding this incident are likely AI generated. That was fun though, getting out there. It's so funny where you see the posts on Facebook and you can see how these things get spread when it's like a game of telephone. I have to show you that. I mean, here's what it looked like. Somebody posts this. Let me take my monkey picture down. Someone posts this. We have loose monkeys in Newark. Okay. No joking, they say. All right, then. Then here come the comments on the town Facebook page. Yeah, there were 4 of them behind King Village yesterday. No way. Wow. Say what? Are you serious? What the hell? From where? Probably the ones that escaped from Rutgers University labs. They in the wrong place. Wow. I hope they survive out there. They need to dart them to sleep and catch them. Put out some apples in a dumpster and close the lid while they're inside. The outbreak monkey. The government's trying to kill us. On and on it goes. Fake news, AI generated, put out on social media, and you can see one of the AI generated images of a monkey climbing a wall. Yeah. You can see how these things spread and how the police have to get involved. It's just wild. I know. On a Friday, we're looking for wacky stories like that and not the crappy ones, but this number was too much to not tell you. If you wonder why people can't afford health insurance, right? And then you have these stories about, oh, undocumented people are getting free health insurance. And then the people that believe that get mad. It's because of stories like this. The annual cost of family health insurance plans is approaching. Oh, this is a moment. You ready? This is a moment for my drum beat. The annual cost for a family health insurance is approaching $27,000. The cost of employer provided health insurance is increasing for a third straight year, with the annual cost of a family plan approaching 27 grand. This according to a new study from KFF. That would be the average 1-year premium cost shared by one family and an employer. It's a 6% cost jump after 2 years of 7% increases, and it means that healthcare costs are rising faster than the inflation rate. Economists are saying this trend is starting to strain the economy, limiting increases in employment and in wages as well. And who's to blame? The employer can't possibly give you a raise if all their money is being thrown at your health insurance. Got to understand it. Senior vice president at KFF telling the Wall Street Journal, if healthcare costs go up faster than the economy in general, it means there's less money left to go over to wages. So the survey included 1,860 employers, and they say it captures the reality for nearly half of the US population that gets healthcare coverage through their job. A 2025 Wall Street Journal Vistage survey of 336 small businesses found 51% of them facing health insurance cost increases of 10% or more. Why? Why is the cost of health insurance going up like that? What is happening? Well, the main cause of rising premiums, according to the Wall Street Journal, is people needing and using newer, more costly therapies. According to the Wall Street Journal, insurers and businesses say there's a few key factors here. There are new drugs on the market and they are expensive. Employers are seeing dramatically increased costs for new and expensive drugs, especially those GLP-1s like Ozempic and the like, Wegovy, Zepbound. The survey shows not all employers are willing or able to cover these drugs for weight loss like that right now. Chronic conditions are up. Costly chronic conditions, including cancer, are on the rise among the working age population. Hospital prices are rising. Healthcare providers successfully negotiating higher rates in their contracts, leading to significant increases in hospital bills. And if you're a small business, it hurts more. Many of these small businesses facing double-digit percentage increases this year, and they're worrying about whether health insurance for their workers is affordable. So, a lot of businesses are trying to pass the cost on to their employees. This KFF survey showing after a brief period of flattening, employees' out-of-pocket costs for deductibles and copays are going up again. In San Francisco at William Duff Architects, they covered full premiums in the past, but they had to change course after they got a 38% rate increase on their most general health plan. They couldn't absorb it any longer. So now they've got to pass on those costs. I think the story is interesting. And, we have the government shutdown, the Democrats fighting for the extension of the Affordable Care Act, extension of the subsidies for that and the benefits for that. So I just, I know we don't talk politics on this show, but it's important to know the facts. This is an interesting find, and it is about golden coins, Tudor coins, as a matter of fact. This family found these rare Tudor coins just buried in their backyard. This happened in southern England. You never know what you're going to find in a place like that. Gold and silver coins dating to the 15th and 16th centuries, including several inscribed with the initials of Henry VIII's wives, found right in the backyard. The find was made during the pandemic. When you got time to go out and garden, this British couple tending their back garden, and that is when they found this cache of 15th and 16th century coins. Well, this hoard of coins, 63 in all, gold and 1 silver, are going on the auction block now. They'll be sold in Switzerland by the auction house Numismatica Ars Classica. They are worth more than $300,000. 4 kings, 2 queens, and 1 cardinal are named on the coins in the hoard. The auctioneers say they're very confident the total price realized will be significantly more than the pre-sale estimate. They were found in the village of Milford. Milford-on-Sea is the name of it. Milford-on-Sea in southern England. The finders are asking to remain anonymous. They were adjusting a fence next to one of their flower beds when the husband saw a clump of kind of clay-looking soil. They investigated, and that's when they found these small metal discs. And their teenage son ran some water over the discs and realized they were gold coins. The family did the right thing. They registered the find with the British Museum's Portable Antiquities Scheme, and they record archaeological discoveries from England and Wales. And archaeologists found an additional 6 coins in the garden. Yeah, they were just turning up the soil. All of a sudden, these things popped out. A shocking find for them, very interesting for the archaeologists. The hoard included coins from the reigns of Henry VI, Henry IV, Henry VIII. According to the auction catalog, the collection is the only complete, fully documented gold coin hoard from the early Tudor period ever to now be sold at auction. And they're especially interested in the ones that reference Henry VIII's wives. One of them has the markings of the king's first wife, Catherine of Aragon. He married her in 1509, then had their marriage annulled, and married Anne Boleyn, had Anne Boleyn beheaded, married Jane Seymour, and there is a coin bearing Seymour's initials also represented in this hoard of coins. They think the coins were buried in the 1530s. That would have been a lot of money back then. It would have been worth 26 pounds. It's been calculated in rural England in the 1530s, the average property price was 25 pounds. So you could have bought a house for the, and change for what was going on with the amount of money buried in the garden. But why would someone living in the 16th century have hidden so much money? The experts say it was probably political instability of the time, that during the Reformation, Henry VIII broke with the Pope, named himself the supreme head of the Church of England in 1534, and in the years that followed, they went and looted all of the monasteries. Some churches tried to hide their wealth, hoping they would be able to keep it. And the coins may have been buried by a wealthy merchant or a member of the clergy during the dissolution. So it could have had to do with what was happening politically at the time. But really, we'll never know exactly why this happened and by whom it was buried. But it was likely concealed during the first phase of the English Reformation, when Henry VIII was dissolving the monasteries and appropriating much of the wealth of the Catholic Church. Isn't that kind of like what's going on now, appropriating the wealth? I'll just take this money for myself. We don't talk politics on this show. Look at this. I thought this was a really cool picture of a rocket. But the story is about a Chinese rocket. It's China's Zhuque 3, Zhuque, Zhuque? China's Zhuque 3 reusable rocket passed this test and now becomes a rival to SpaceX. We've got a Chinese competitor that's doing pretty well. reaching a new milestone this week. They tested a reusable rocket that they hope to use to join the United States and Japan as they look to have another space race. Monday, the Chinese company called Land Space executed this static fire test with its 217-foot tall Zhuge 3 rocket launcher. The rocket on the way to its inaugural test flight at some point later this year. The vehicle will next proceed with planned vertical integration rehearsal before returning to the technical zone for inspection and maintenance. And then there's an upcoming orbital launch and first stage recovery as well. The static fire testing of the stainless steel space rocket is a common pre-launch trial in which the rocket remains anchored to the pad while its engines are fired. So they say it's doing pretty well. This Zhuge 3 can haul more than 40,000 pounds, about the same carrying power as the Falcon 9 that is owned by SpaceX and Elon Musk. That one can carry a little more than 50,200 pounds. So, Chinese government trying to be a top 3 global aerospace power by the year 2030. And Land Space, this company, is doing pretty well. So they say. I thought this was pretty interesting. Oh, the skull. We don't usually show the dead people, but this is about Napoleon's army. What befell them? What happened to them? The invasion of the Russian Empire by Napoleon's army is, they say, one of the history's greatest military blunders. It happened in the summer of 1812. Napoleon and his army set out across Eastern Europe's Neman River with 615,000 Grand Army troops. The intent was to force the Russian Empire to a continental blockade against the United Kingdom. That's what they wanted. But it didn't work out because in less than 6 months, more than 500,000 of Napoleon's troops died. Starvation, hypothermia, disease. They still study this failure today. What happened to these troops? The thinking was that it was typhus that brought them down. But they've now done a microbial analysis on the remains of these Grand Army soldiers, and they found 2 other pathogens played a central role in claiming thousands and thousands of lives. According to a study published today in the journal Current Biology, it wasn't necessarily typhus that killed thousands of Napoleon's troops. It was a pair of nasty diseases known as enteric and relapsing fever. In recent years, tech advances opened the door to re-examining these casualties. So microbial paleogenomicists at France's Institut Pasteur did a little checking, decided to re-examine the remains of some of the troops that fell victim to whatever it was. They went to this mass grave in Lithuania, which was a stop along the French army's retreat in 1812, and they extracted and sequenced DNA from 13 soldiers' teeth. They cleaned their samples of any surrounding environmental contamination and tested for evidence of bacterial pathogens. None of the men displayed typhus. Instead, it was Salmonella enterica and Borrelia recurrentis. The former bacteria is responsible for enteric or typhoid fever. The latter causes relapsing fever. Both pathogens, they say, help explain the prior typhus theory, because typhoid's fever name references its symptomatic similarities to the others. Relapsing fever is often transmitted by body lice. So, ancient DNA, they say, gets highly degraded into pieces that are too small for PCR, polymerase chain reaction tests. So the new method is to be able to cast a wider net and capture greater range of DNA sources based on very short, ancient sequences. They also had another interesting medical discovery, found that the strain of B. recurrentis seen in Napoleon soldiers is traceable to the same lineage other researchers recently discovered to have existed more than 2,000 years earlier in the Iron Age in Britain. Every present day B. recurrentis strain sequenced so far belongs to a totally different lineage. The one identified by this team seems to have survived long enough to devastate the French army. And so they make a 200-year-old diagnosis with that little testing. Okay, these pictures are amazing, and I really wanted to show them to you. I have to share my screen. It's the Comedy Wildlife Awards. Let's see if I can bring this screen up. The Comedy Wildlife Awards Funniest Animal Photos of the Year. These are the finalists for the Nikon Comedy Wildlife Awards in 2025. There's a dancing gorilla, a sleepy froggy, really, really cute. So here's what the pictures look like. And my apologies for sharing my screen instead of saving all the different pictures, but there's so many of them and they're huge. And so I wanted to be able to show you this way. This is the first one. I mean, so cute. So again, these are supposed to be the funniest animal photos of the year. And I think that we really have success in this regard. This is a flying red squirrel. It is a picture taken by Steven Kreisbergs. And how cute is that? This next one shows a little bit of lovin'. Adorable. This one is a pair of hugging lizards. It's monitor lizards hugging mid-battle in Singapore. Jessica Emmett took that picture. The next one is, just hanging out. A couple, what are they? Lemurs, just chilling. These are, a very expressive lemur, just chit-chatting. This is a smoking mallard in Bavaria, Germany. You don't see the cigarette, but you do see the smoke. This next one is baboons playing at a national park in Zimbabwe. Oh, the smoking mallard picture taken by Lars Begang. The next photo with the monkeys hanging out, jumping around, pretty cute. This is in Zimbabwe, the picture taken by Kaylin Botev. This next one is adorable. They're all really cool pictures. To me, they're all winners. This is a cute one too. This one is it's a duck's life, and it was taken by John Spears. The look on this monkey's face. Look at that guy. This one is a yellow-cheeked gibbon just hanging around. Picture taken by Diana Rebman. I love this one. Look at this elephant covering the eyes. This close-up of the skin, so interesting. Sri Lankan elephants playing peekaboo. Picture taken by Henry Swinto. This is great. I'm telling you, they're all great. They're all a total surprise. Look at that. This is a shocked-looking porcupine fish in the Sea of Cortez. Bing Quan Gao took this photo. A different type of picture of the umbrella bird, an Amazonian umbrella bird in Brazil. David Fettis took this picture. Looks like Cousin It. This is a pair of sea eagles. I would call them seagulls, but it's Stellar's sea eagles in Japan messing around with each other. This is so cute. I mean, it makes the lions look like regular house cats. This one is lions shaking off a downpour in the Serengeti National Park in Tanzania. Massimo Felici taking the picture. And I love this one so much that I used it for the thumbnail today. How cute is that frog? Oh my gosh. This is a frog protecting some grapes. The picture taken by Beatty Amer. So very, very cute. Thank you. Love it. Look at this one. Adorable. Oh my gosh. Yeah. I'm going to bite your head off. This is two guillemots battling on a rocky cliff. Picture taken by Warren Price. This guy looks like he's had a rough day. There he is. Oh man. Bad hair day for a gray squirrel in Victoria, Canada. Picture by Christy Grinton. This is a great shot. I get why they did it for comedy, but I think it could be a winner in any category. A red-throated loon touching down, photographed by Urko Batterman. Love the picture. And there you go. Just wanted to share some of those with you. If you're listening to the podcast instead of watching, I think it's worth coming back into YouTube to see those pictures because they're really cool. You can also find them in at Sky News, on Sky News, the website. You'll see the photos there as well. Okay. Next story is about the are they, we call them Turons? I don't know. So clearly the sign on this screen says their drone use is prohibited in Yosemite National Park. Not supposed to do that. Guess what? People do it anyway. And boy, do they do it. The drone pilots behaving very badly in national parks. The problem especially bad at Yosemite. The story from SF Gate, the just like base jumping and the bear jam that we saw recently, these drone incidents are increasing during the federal government shutdown. There's nobody to police you. Might as well just do what you're going to do. Sorry. Oh, Coachella Valley vanilla tea. CoachellaValleyCoffee.com. Mark T is the code to save you 10%. Just in case, because I didn't do it on the Mark Thompson show. Got to give him some love. They don't pay us to say that on this show, but they did send me some free vanilla tea, and I'm telling you, it's delicious. So the guides that lead tours in these national parks are saying there are so many drones in the skies, like everywhere. They see them all over the place. But during the government shutdown, they're seeing multiple drones on the tours being taken. The guides saw 5 in one day at the pullout for El Capitan. Their other hotspots for drone activity include the Tunnel View, the Glacier Point, Bridal Veil Falls. You're not supposed to do that, but drones have become more of a problem. And there's an email from the Park Service's Public Affairs Office saying in recent years, they've observed a rise in illegal drone activity attributed to the increasing affordability and availability of consumer drones. Yosemite has expanded signage at the park entrances and key visitor areas to remind the public of drone restrictions. But during the current government shutdown, there have been sporadic reports of unauthorized drone use. They have law enforcement rangers responding as they can. They've had drone use in national parks banned since 2014. It's noisy. They do not interact well with wildlife and their habitats, can harass wildlife. There's been some high-profile crashes, drone crashes. So unless you're granted special permission, like there's a wildfire, you're a news organization, what have you, flying a drone in a national park can lead to penalties of up to $5,000 and 6 months in jail. Just so you know. Don't do the drones in the national parks. It's not what we want. There was a Picasso that went up for sale. I think we might have talked about it on this show. This Picasso of Muse Dora Maar in her hat. This portrait, long hidden from view, went on the auction block and brought in 32 million euros, about $37 million, including fees. Far greater than the expectations, not wildly different from the most expensive Picasso ever auctioned. This one, painted in July of 1943, bust of a woman with a flowered hat. It's Dora Maar, and it shows Dora Maar in this brightly colored floral hat. She, Maar, was also an artist and photographer. She was Picasso's partner and muse for about 7 years. And right when the relationship was coming to a sad end, this work was painted. It was purchased in 1944, and it was not on the market ever since. It was private. So people kind of lost track of it. It was in the family collection until it was auctioned at the Drouot auction house in Paris. The final sale went to a buyer in the room. They said it was an enormous success, a very emotional moment, and the price well above the estimate. The highest paid at auction for any artwork in France this year so far. The love story, not a simple story. You can see the picture of the woman with tears because she understood that Picasso was leaving her. They were surprised that this painting remained so vivid. They said the painting is exactly as it was when it left the studio. It wasn't varnished, which means all they have is raw material, all of it, a painting where you can feel all the colors, the entire chromatic range. Full of expression. They say it shows Picasso's genius. Shows somebody has a lot of money to spend. 37 million buckaroos for that Picasso. And what do? Hang it on the wall? Donate it to a museum? I mean, all right. Last story of the day. You know how there's all these outdoor seating areas, especially post-pandemic, right? And it's awesome to have outdoor seating options. I really love it. We have a little area along the Petaluma River that is so popular that it remains with these tented areas up. It used to be a parking lot where people would park right in front of the river, and now it's this amazing seating area. It's great. Love it. And the chairs stay out all night. Maybe we want to reconsider that. At least in Spain, you can see here, picture of an outdoor seating area. The problem is, in this area of Spain, thieves over the last couple of months managed to steal more than 1,000 chairs, restaurant chairs. Spain's national police say they have arrested as many as 7 people that are suspected of stealing more than 1,100 chairs from these outdoor seating areas at restaurants and bars all around Madrid and another little city. It all happened over a 2-month time frame. 6 men and a woman worked at night to steal these chairs. They hit 18 different restaurants in Madrid and Talavera de la Reina, which is a little city to the southwest of Madrid. The estimated financial impact of the stolen property, about $69,000. That's a lot of chairs, right? Suspects. I mean, what are you going to do with that many chairs? You sell them on Facebook Marketplace or whatever it is? Come on. The suspects face charges of theft and belonging to a criminal organization. Apparently, they resold the chairs in Spain, but also in Morocco and Romania. In Spain, many restaurants and bars leave the tables and chairs, usually made of metal or hard plastic, out at night. The chairs normally are kept in stacks and chained down, which sucks that they even have to go to that much trouble. I mean, do we not want these places to survive, these restaurants to thrive? Do you not want a nice place to go, and have a little iced tea in the afternoon or whatever it is? We know we can't drink because of blood pressure. We learned that yesterday. So, have a little afternoon, whatever. And why would people do this? It's just so sucky. I'm glad they got caught. 1,100 chairs over 2 months. Apparently, it was a big criminal enterprise. So there you go. Well, we now have some great options for streaming. We're going to watch Dark. Heather says it's good. We're going to watch the season 3 of The Diplomat. If you haven't watched any of The Diplomat, start with season 1. It's worth it. The Way Home. Also very good. Someone recommended Dark Horses. I tried to watch that and couldn't get into it, I have to tell you. So, a lot to think about for this weekend. My apologies that Tim couldn't join us, but he's having a really good time, and I can't wait to hear more about his experience when he gets back. All right. I hope you, Gav, yes, please hit the like button, the Like button. Subscribe if you haven't already. And yeah, this is why we can't have nice things, says Nullifidian. Absolutely. Ridiculous. And they should have to pay it back. Absolutely. People steal your lawn furniture and plants, as we've talked about recently, your holiday stuff, anything that's not nailed down. If it ain't bolted down, someone will steal it, says Nullifidian. Ain't that the truth? Tell teacher Lori about posting pictures on the community tab. Okay, I don't know what kind of pictures you mean, but I do have a community tab. It was requested the day we talked about recipes on gravestones. Remember that? And someone said, oh, let's share recipes. So I don't know if I can share it with you. I figured out how to start a community tab where you can share different things. And let's see if I can't go to it. Hold on. Sorry, this is kind of one of those things that we're doing on the fly here. Here's what it looks like. See if I can share the screen with you where you'll be able to find it. If you go to the After Party Live on Facebook, you see it looks like this, right? Let's see if I can make it bigger. And this at least is what mine looks like. And it says Visit Community right here. Click on Visit Community. And then in the Community tab, I put a little post about the Christmas cookies on gravestones. And there's at least 3 comments. One of them, I think, is mine, and one's from Mama. And Mama has, read more, put here her recipe, and it's going to be really good, for everyday salsa. And there she's got it there. So you can go and share your recipes, share the one that everyone asks you to bring, right? So that's what we can do. And also Tammy says she's interested in having people share pictures. So I think you can put pictures there as well. And I would love to see what you have. So yeah, there's Mama's salsa recipe. I'm going to try it. Love it. And thank you for the great instructions there. But that's how you can go into the community tab. It's under community settings. And let me know if you have trouble finding it. Sometimes if you click the logo, the After Party Live logo, then you can go up and see all the different menu options. So, but again, if that doesn't work, please let me know and I'll try to get better instructions for you. Okay. Have a really great weekend. Make it the best weekend that you can. I will see you on Monday where we'll explore some caves together. Mark Thompson show starts at 11 a.m. on Monday, and Gary Dietrich will be in. So it'll be a fun political discussion. Lord knows what will happen over the weekend. But until we meet again, bye, everybody.
The After Party Live would like to thank the following contributors and viewers like you.
Yeah, I think so far that's all that's there, Judy, but we can put more in. Yeah, it's the community tab. So put anything you want up there except for, naughty pictures. We don't want that. But what you're talking about, good to go. And if you have any trouble with it, make sure you message me, kim@theafterparty.live, and if I need to put up an extra link or a page where you can respond to it with your information, I'll do that. Eileen reminding us daylight savings time is this weekend. Thanks, Eileen. And Heather, if you're still around, congratulations on all the job prospects. I knew it wouldn't take that long. You're awesome. Okay, bye.